Welcome everybody to Odyssey Esports Clash Fall Series Tournament. I'm Josh Shand, going to be bringing you all the color casting action of today's matches. And joining me in the caster booth for the first time, everybody give a great welcome to our buddy Ferris. He's going to be covering the play-by-play of tonight's action. Ferris, my friend, welcome. How are you doing? What are you expecting to see?
Well, at least all I can really expect to see is some fun and good League of Legends. I'm happy to be here and I'm very excited to get this underway.
Awesome, awesome. So really excited to get into the matches tonight. This is a clash format. This is a new format for us, but it's quick, it's fast. Games get resolved quickly, and we're tallying up points and seeing where people end up. But we're going to start off with, I believe, let me check with production. Me Patel backing us up in production, as always, the man, the myth, the legend. Game number one, is it going to be We Windows versus Infernia? Awesome. Okay, so first match of the evening going to be We Windows versus Infernia. Going to read off the roster list for the first time ever for this tournament. Super excited. We Windows, Ace in the hole, going to be in the bot lane with Logros. That's a fun duo. Then you got Troll rocking the jungle, Supro SC in the top lane, and Wuju at mid. Going to be a couple substitutions because I think the scheduling caught people a little bit off guard, but it's going to be a fun match regardless. And on the other side of the rift is going to be Infernia Esports. Top lane, the man himself, Smokestacks, with Phaser in the jungle, Kishmak at mid, and Mr. Miyagi and Kyosuke in the bot lane. So a lot of heavy hitters in that lineup. Those guys are taking other tournaments by storm too. So super excited to see what we got going on there. So first game of the match should not disappoint. I'm super excited to see these guys come together. So yeah, I think, are we gonna do picks and bans next? I think, yeah, we'll have picks and nice. We're gonna pick some bands up shortly, but again, this is a super exciting format. We rarely do invitational type stuff where people are picking their own team, so it's been really cool to see players just kind of like getting to put together their kind of dream squads of their buddies, because we've always been drafting, and so this is a cool opportunity to see kind of like pretty close to either like all-star teams and also like super friends power teams. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, Ferris, you're new here. We'd like to know more about. I've seen some of your stuff. I don't think anybody else has seen some of your stuff, but yeah, give us an idea of your background and your interest in League of Legends in general.
Well, I started playing the game when I was 11 years old, basically back in season 2 or 3. I can't even remember at this point. So the game's been a part of my life for quite some time. I love it, very passionate about it. And I actually just broke into casting about 2 to 3 months ago. I decided I'd give it a try. I've been having a lot of fun with it recently. I've been doing a lot of casting for a bunch of different organizations now here with Odyssey. I'm very excited to kick this off. And yeah, I enjoy play-by-play casting. I enjoy color casting. I like to bring the hype because that's the best part about it. I mean, a broadcast really isn't anything without the cast. And so that's pretty much all you really need to know about me. I love this game. I love the community, love the players, ready to continue to get going with my casting careers. It looks like we're almost ready to get into draft.
One quick trivia question for you: who is your favorite champion if you had to choose just one?
If I had to choose just one right now in this exact moment, because it fluctuates every now and then, my favorite
Mhm.
champion right now is Samira.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Nice, nice. Yeah, huge skill expression, lots of fun. You know, it's going to be a real high high or a real low low when you're playing Samira. So
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
yeah. But yeah, straight away into picks and bans. So there's a couple of signature champions on either side of the rift here. Definitely Smokestacks. His Darius is not going to ever be allowed to play. I would never want to play against him. Delta, he's rocks a really nasty Caitlyn. Buju, known really well for his Rek'Sai. He'll play Rek'Sai mid, jungle, support. It doesn't matter. But oh, Delta is missing also. Due to the accelerated schedule, not everybody was prepared to play this first round in. So they're going to have to do with the new ADC sub, which we'll see once we load up in the rift. Zaya going to get taken off the board as well. I don't mind getting rid of her. She is super obnoxious. And we've got Ezreal taken away. Oh yeah, they could swap Supro on the bot lane. And Supro, is a weird case, man. Gangplank and Ezreal, the two most unlikely champion pairings. He's so good at those. Got to take Kyosuke's Yone away. His Yone just carries game solo. So, or Quiche, sorry. So a lot of the power picks getting taken off the board immediately. So this is going to leave room for some pretty open. There's a lot of openings for pretty cohesive compositions because there's so many power picks on all these different players. You're kind of forced to into these must ban situations, and then we'll see what happens after that. So I don't know who they're going to grab away, but I think, I don't know. There's just so much stuff to consider. I really don't. Well, oh, okay. So there might be a misband. We'll probably find out what that band is later. Oh, it's gonna be Viego. Okay. Good takeaway from Troll. Viego's Troll's best champion. He's been piloting Viego to great skill, even when Viego is in the dumpster according to win rate. And there's a Quinn immediately from the man.
A
Hmm.
blind Quinn is really crazy.
Yeah, very bold. Very bold.
Bold indeed.
Yeah. So okay, so it's gonna be OMG Sam on the Quinn. That's a signature pick for him.
A lot of
So
signature picks.
yeah. And it's funny because like when we ever have our tryouts or on in-house nights, you'll see like some players will just show their signature picks like over and over again because they want to show their best foot forward. But got the Blitz Crank locked in for Kyosuke. I love that. Yeah, his Kyosuke's Blitzcrank. He plays Blitzcrank no matter what, and it doesn't matter what matchup he is. He's always going to be rocking that. So,
We
um,
have some really powerhouse bot lane picks. If this Caitlyn is locked in, okay, hovering over a Morgana might go for a Caitlyn Morgana, but is this game played on 13.20? I must ask. Yes, it is.
it's
Okay, so this game, 13.20, we have to talk about the Jinx buffs with the passive
mm,
stacking. Unbelievable is this champion now. It was already wild to see Jinx get excited resets off of kills and assists, but now that the attack speed stacks, it becomes an incredible destruction late game machine. If one reset is brought into the hands of a Jinx, it's just complete and utter devastation in the team fight. But Caitlyn Morgana going to be the response. This is more of a oppressive lane. Also, Morgana does really well into the Blitzcrank with the Dark Shield as well. And so this actually could be a first strike. I almost said kleptomancy. Wow, real throwback there. First strike Caitlyn build, which has been taking over the game thus far, doing 70% of people's health with just an ace in the hole alone is incredible. So these are some, powerhouse picks in the bot lane. Malphite's the response on R3.
I like that. Yeah, and I think that does show that the teams how intimately the teams know each other well because they know Kyosuke will option into a blind pick Blitzcrank every time. So I think on the other side they were prepared for the Morgana Caitlyn response. I do like that. Malphite a little bit harder to respond to with the Black Shield. But we'll see. Gonna
Yeah,
knock out. Yeah, more junglers getting taken off the table. So Troll getting targeted. Um, let's see. Oh, Troll's not here either. Okay, all right. So, yeah, more jungle bans. But yeah, I think. Ugh, I don't see the Malphite into the Quinn kind of worries me.
yeah.
Signature or not, Malphite's just a big bag of armor stats.
It's the
So
hardest lane for Quinn. I
oh,
can
hands
I
down,
can
yeah.
confirm from an ex Quinn player. I used to play top lane. You take Comet in in Malphite's runes, and basically all you have to do is throw your Q on the Quinn who has little to no sustain unless you take fleet footwork, and
Hmm.
you get your mana flow band procs, so you're getting that extra mana. You chunk her down to about half HP. She's super vulnerable to ganks, and then level 6 you can just one shot her if you build a little bit of AP, or maybe you just go like a Bramble Vest or something. It's playable for Quinn if you are really good at Quinn. So signature pick. This is going to be the true test here. This is Quinn's absolute hardest matchup. So I'm excited to see how good are we at the Quinn here. That's going to be the true test.
Yeah, because Quinn's strength, she has such strength in like roaming across the map and just pressuring other lanes, but she's got to get those levels in the first place. Like she's got to get sick, she's got to get some kind of like level advantage over the other lane. So, that's gonna be really tough to do if she's gonna be poked up by Malphite throughout the lane. So, Lee Sin grab up possibly Shyvana here. Is that no?
That would be
Oh,
whoa.
oh,
Maybe a
okay, all
solo
right.
lane Lee Sin. That could be something that we're seeing here.
Yeah, we've seen that come up every now and then, but it's going to be into Kishmak, who is one of the premier mid laners of this tournament. But Kishmak loves Kassadin. Those are all. Oh God, he has got too many picks. He's been banned 3 times, and he's still got 3 deadly ass picks.
A champion
Uh,
ocean.
yeah, big time. So it's gonna be tall order. I do think there might be some advantage to Lisa in mid in terms of like you're not used to playing against that. Into Yasuo. Okay, all right. Uh, I've never seen Lee Sin mid to Yasuo mid, so yeah. Anybody's
They
guess as to yeah.
Yeah, they could do some crazy lane swap stuff. I don't know what the rules are around lane swapping, but they could throw a Lee Sin top into a Malphite, maybe try Quinn with against Yasuo. But even then, that's not the
Mhm.
greatest lane for Quinn. But yeah, Lee Sin can be. I mean, back I can't even remember what patch it was when it used to be really strong. but it's a very powerful laner. It can solo kill you. So I don't know how good it is this time around here in 13.20. But Yasuo is also a strong duelist as well. So I think we might be in for a very sort of bloodthirsty mid lane.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. Which is kind of weird considering there's not going to be like a ton of crowd control from either mid or jungler coming in. It's just going to be a lot of like running, right clicking, and trying to hit skill
That's
shots.
so true.
Yeah. But yeah, really excited to see what this looks like. So right off the bat, what's screaming to me is that I feel like, well, what are the more cohesive comps you see between these two teams? If you had to pick one,
Oh, well,
who pro-
certainly the one with the Yasuo Diana Malphite.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
wombo combo. It doesn't get much simpler than that. If you miss one of the ultimates, you got a fail safe there, right? You just have to.
yeah,
Yasuo is just sitting there spamming the R button, like, please, 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 please,
yeah,
find a knockup. I'll
yeah.
win you the fight. Give it to me. Yeah, so definitely more cohesion on their side for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it pull it off. So we've got we Windows on the blue side and Inferno Esports on the red side, drafting a phenomenal team. Just shows that they've had some excellent coaching and a ton of tournament experience outside of Odyssey, showing up in this fantastic comp that they've got. So could be one of their interesting. They've got a lot of experience doing level 1 plays too, so there could be an interesting level 1 shenanigans. It looks like they're lining up for possibly on the bot half of the map.
Yep, they're gonna go for it. Blitzcrank though,
Yeah.
you always got to go for it.
That's true. That's true. And I feel like they're gonna sneak in underneath the bush. There's two people in the tri bush.
This could still get very deadly though.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So right now, Logros is in trouble. They're going to be spotted out. Going to miss the bind, and there's the rocket grab, but
Ooh.
flash away. So a little bit of first strike gold too there, gotten from Supbro. I also want to point out we've been bamboozled. It's a Shyvana top and a Lisa in
Oh.
jungle and a Quinn mid. Can you believe
Okay.
it? The draft has been shaken right up.
Yeah. And I think that's what you got to do if you don't have the traditionally strong comp. You just have to take steps that are difficult to predict. So, but yeah, they do. Inferno Esports do get an early word onto the red, so they will know where the starting spot is for we Windows. Yeah, so Shyvana Malphite is a very different matchup. Um,
I can't say I have the greatest knowledge of Shyvana top and its strengths, but I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit more effective than the Quinn
mhm.
up there.
Oh yeah, she's packing the ghost. Wuju,
All right.
yeah, yeah. So she could run Malphite down with that extra move speed from Shyvana plus Ghost. And Wuju, he's got quite a reputation of having really unusual top lane picks and then just like shattering whoever we've got in in opposition. So we're going to see a lot also from the bot lane Logros. He is an exceptionally aggressive player with his skill shots. He's going to be letting loose dark bindings the entire lane. I'm not sure if Kioske is going to capitalize on that. I imagine he will because Kioske is a pretty patient player. But yeah, I expect things to happen in the bot lane once Logros runs himself out of mana. But we'll see. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's the way you want to play too. You want an aggressive Morgana player when you're running the Caitlyn combination, and your
Mm,
abilities become even more valuable on Caitlyn when you're running the first strike and you're building lethality. Ooh,
ooh.
Rocket grabs the minion there, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we need to look out for. Pay attention to those dark bindings. When Logros lands a dark binding, then combined with Yordle Snaptrap, Piltover Peacemaker does so much damage when you're building this lethality. And so once that serrated dirt comes through, that's what we're going to see. But there we go. Resonating Strike lands. Sam's going to flash forward to try and find this kill. Kishmak burning down with the Ignite. Quinn gets the first blood. And so we Windows, we're really trying to Windows right now with the first blood.
Yeah, he even took the early flash too. I thought Kishmak was out. He had total respect for the Lee Sin Resonating Strike, but he's still, yeah, that thing there, super patient with Resonating Strike, lands it post flash, gets the ignite down, gets the kill. That's exactly, I think, what you want to see on that Quinn. Man, first blood, that's fantastic for them.
Certainly. And there's a lot of applications to Quinn if she gets fed. You can bully the lane. You can also roam around and make your impact known. It's a snowball champion. So this is a perfect way to get yourself ahead. So good job from that thing here on the Lee Sin to target the mid lane, because this is a lane that you can really explode your gold lead and start to snowball from. And so that's really nice. I expect to see reganks too, because Kishmak has no flash, and pushing up once again might be difficult. But now we see Rocket Grab inside of the bot lane. Logros with no mana did not have enough for the Dark Binding, ticking down with the Ignite. The last auto attack, Jinx grabs this kill. And so you have the scaling bot lane that are starting to already get the ball rolling here with that kill. Nice Rocket Grab from Keo. And that's going to be a kill back here for INE.
Yeah, yeah, huge patience from Kyosuke. Usually he's a pretty aggressive player, as you can see from aggressive posturing. Oh my gosh, wow, flash for flash there with the rocket grab to get Sephiroth's flash. But yeah, and I think this is where a lot of the player versus player knowledge comes in. Is like Kyosuke knows Logros' reputation for kind of burning through his mana pretty quick and just waits it out and punishes it. Even though rocket grab takes a ton of mana, shot for shot, Morg shouldn't be spending as much mana. But yeah, Kyosuke showing his patience and his knowledge of his opponent quite nicely. Do you think in this instance Quinn pushes her lead against the Yasuo, tries to tilt either the other lanes maybe?
Yeah, I think once you're just really just playing for level 6 right now, it looks like we might get another gank right now. That thing here is waiting around inside of that top side brush. But the game plan right now for Sam is get that level 6. You don't really need to abuse your lead too hard. It's a little bit difficult against Yasuo. Wind wall, all those dashes makes it a little bit scary. And yeah, we're going to see some heavy trading here. Kishmak can do this all day long. It gets a little bit difficult for Quinn. But yeah, once you hit level 6, just push in the wave so that you don't miss out too much when you roam, and then just try and find value elsewhere, I think is probably the best bet. Because Yasuo is a little bit difficult to lane against when you are a ranged champion. Just so easy to get into melee range. Wind wall screws up your auto attacks and your damage. That should be what Sam is looking for.
Yeah, that was the first unfair champion that came out. It was like, oh, he's a melee character that could just block range damage. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so kind of funny that that's not the most powerful ability in the game anymore. But we did see both supports roaming to mid right after their back. So it's good to see both supports at the ready to support their mid laners because they know this is a really volatile lane that you were talking about. So yeah, both supports showing that they have an understanding of lane tempo.
Ooh,
Also,
we have an all in here in the top side.
Ooh.
Wow, that was incredible. That was such a quick 1v1.
I didn't even. Wuju does that, or like he has kill threat. Nobody knows it. I didn't even. Yeah, that was. Oh god. Okay, he's gonna get a couple of those. He does that every single time, and he's got a 20 CS advantage as well.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Sizable
Wow.
lead.
Yeah. Both junglers are kind of hovering over bot lane, but I don't think there's any real play here to be had. Tons of pressure tempo. No dragon.
Yeah, there's no real angle there. And yet the good knowledge of your champion there, Wuju immediately hits level 6 and goes for the all in. That's something that will really take your opponent off guard. If you know your champion well and they don't, then you can really abuse that. So quick 1v1 and it goes into favor of the Shyvana. And like you said, may see a lot more of that. Wuju's a very aggressive player. Plays the weird stuff in the top lane. Weird, but it works. So 1-0, about a 20 CS lead. Things looking good for WWD's top lane.
Yeah, and it's really rough with Malphite when he starts falling behind like this. Because like he wants to build armor, Wushu's going to be dealing a lot of ability damage. So it's gonna be tough. But outside of a gank, it's gonna be really difficult for Smoke to try to get his way back into to breaking things even topside. So Phaser's still working hard to try to get level 6 as soon as he can to have a really impactful gank somewhere. But overall, yeah, pretty measured game so far from both sides. Nothing too crazy. Nobody's forced any major plays. I am curious to see if there is the tempo advantage in the bot lane right now. I'm not sure if they're going to go for an early. Either of these comps want an early dragon.
Can't hurt.
Yeah. But so far they seem to be pretty content farming things out. I think there's Logros is really far up. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice timing on the dark binding. Yeah.
Good dodge out from Miyagi. Logros showing his aggressive chops again with the black shield against the rocket punch, but Logros is pretty low on mana. Kyosuke could be fishing for something here. They got two roaming down.
They got two roaming down. Phaser and Kishmak. Diana's not quite level 6 just yet, but here comes Kyosuke looking for the rocket grab. I think the dark binding's on cooldown. I don't know if, it doesn't look like that play ended up working out, panning over to the top side. This will give time for Sam to push out mid lane and get maybe some tower plays as we see the all-in here. Wuju using the dragon form, and it's going to force the unstoppable force away from Smokestack, so not going to have access to that ability. Kyosuke, rocket grab. Oh. Not quite there. And I think Phaser has started up this dragon, and on the other side, it's a cross-map neutral objective trade. Early Rift Herald at 8 minutes going to go to the side of WWD, while the dragon will go the way of INE. And I think I always favor the Rift Herald trade because simply you have more opportunities to get gold. Here comes the combination that I'm talking about here. Kyosuke, the ace in the hole, going to have to be blocked here by Miyagi.
Yeah, Kyosuke
was the first aggressive trade there.
Yeah. Kyosuke locked up for approximately 5 seconds there, just taking all kinds of damage. If you're any support that's not a tank, you're dead to rights with that combination. So, Kyosuke's champ coming through for him in spades right there. But yeah, we did see the raw damage all-in potential for Ruju on the Shyvana, just immediately blowing Smokestack's ultimate to get the hell away. And that's all he's going to be able to do is defensively use his Unstoppable Force to get away. But looks like so tons of damage onto the top turret. Wuju's just even if they bring the turret down, I think Wuju's gonna keep up the momentum. But yeah, Wuju his CS leader at 88 right now, 30. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh man, Wuju always does this where he plays something weird, nobody expects it. There's 3 roaming mid.
Yeah, a lot of red circles around that mid lane. So Sam is in a just has some looming threat around themselves right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you talk about the top lane lead. It's incredible. I think it was very smart for that thing here to place the Rift Herald towards top lane and accelerate that lead even more. And it might be also really hard to itemize around the Shyvana too. You see the chain vest in the inventory for smokestacks, but I don't know what the damage spread of a Shyvana is right now. Is it more magic? Is it more physical? And even if it's one more than the other, physical versus magic, there's still that split damage there. So it's tough to itemize early on. It makes it really difficult for you to play against this champion.
Yeah, so much of a league's like a character player's skill expression is in the item choices that you make from game to game. But like if it's a champion that you have almost no background knowledge on, it's having
Big rocket grab right before the dark binding Logros. Nice flash over the wall to get away, but the super mega death rocket just misses down below. Nice sidestep from the Morgana, gets themselves out of that situation, but gonna have to back off with the low HP as Wuju now engages a 1 versus 1, level 9 to level 6. This dragon is powerful. It's like Smog from The Hobbit right now, and Smokestack's going in here, but they actually will be able to find the kill, but no, Wuju survives for a little bit longer. Kishmak from the mid lane picks that up, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Not bad for a 3 versus 1, but the play cross map. Now WWD is trying to get involved here in the bot side. Nice insect from that thing here. The follow-up from Sam. The rocket grab is canceled by the dark binding, so a 2-for-1 overall in favor of We Windows across the map, but now we see pressure in the top and mid lane from both solo lanes.
Yeah, good response in tempo pushing after that loss, but huge plays from We Windows. I have got to give Logros gigantic props, timing his black shields perfectly, using his aggression perfectly. There's a beautiful flash back over the wall, nice sidestep off of the mega death rocket. So Logros just displaying his mechanics quite nicely to pair with his aggressive positioning. So really love to see when somebody can position that aggressively and not get punished for it. Yeah, really well done. And then he had another black shield too, I believe, against another rocket grab towards the end of that play. Ooh!
This is the biggest Chad gameplay I've ever seen in my entire life. Just full tanking the turret there. And then, we just saw, did you see what I just saw across my screen? Look at that super mega death rocket. Oh! Did it hit? It looks like it might have hit. I think Wuju might have lifestealed with the Ravenous Hydra.
He might have, yeah. That would have been so huge. Yeah, we're going to get another look at this rocket here. We'll see.
Yeah, so you can see it on the minimap, and it disappeared. It didn't continue into the terrain. It did hit.
Wow. Yeah. Razor
Thank you, lifesteal.
Yeah, seriously. Man, really. But yeah, Wuju just... It's almost, I mean, it's Wuju recognizing his lead with how much he's pressuring the top laner. It almost feels disrespectful or like merciless. I don't know what you would call it, but like, yeah, just,
nice rocket grab. Now Sam is caught between a 2 versus 1 over the wall. That thing here waiting in the wings, but Sam has to commit the flash to get away from that situation. Nice job from Kioski to force some summoners.
Yeah, always got to respect Kyosuke's Blitzcrank. If it's dark, he's probably on the other side of that wall. Yeah, he's always looking for a hook. Kyosuke's always going to be in the spot where you do not want him to be. So it's one of his best champions, period. And yeah, lucky that Sam had his flash up to get away from that, because that would have been a definite kill for Invitational Esports right there. 3 hovering the bot side. But they are spotted out, so I don't think there's going to be any play in the bot half of the map. Dragon is spawning up pretty soon. Looks like it's almost 30 seconds left. And Phaser is making his way to secure a little bit vision. Vision control mostly seems in the hands of Invitational Esports right now. Their bot lane backing to prep for this potential dragon fight. Do you take the dragon? Like, which team wants the dragon fight here right now?
Well, I think if Wuju can get involved in the play here for Wii Windows, I think you definitely want to take the Dragon Fight. And also, not even thinking about strengths of team compositions, we just need to think about the synergy. I said Syndra. That's not the champion. Shyvana's passive relies on dragon takes. And so if you're not getting these dragons for WWD, you're not really getting the full utilization of that passive out. You become very powerful on Shyvana when you have 4 dragons in your inventory there, as Kioski finds the rocket grab there, and oh my goodness, Supro had the dark shield on himself but used the 90 caliber net so that it was actually Logros who was in the fire there for the rocket grab, and that results in the kill going over to Miyagi. We're going to see the replay. I think, yeah, here of this play. So what happened was Dark Binding was put on Supro, and look at the 90 caliber net. Oh my goodness, it's just such unfortunate positioning and turn of events there, which ended up resulting in that kill. So Logros drops, Mr. Miyagi gets that kill. Thankfully that the Jinx is getting these ones and not the Blitzcrank, because that accelerates the scaling. So
no
play.
Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. You know, and I'm sure that's karma, because I'm a support main. And every support main knows that you kill your ADC once every 3 games. That's always going to happen. So good to see it happen in the reverse. But this should be a pretty easy dragon take for Inferno Esports, denying that first stack of Shyvana passive. But Wuju's already taken a T2, though. God, man, he's almost got double smokestacks' CS here. Oh, God, yeah.
It's a sizable lead.
Yeah. So yeah, Inferno Esports taking what they can on the bot half of the map, wishing smokestacks as well. Ooh,
Wuju's gonna go for it. I think smokestacks can just run it off. Has enough resistances to keep themselves alive, but definitely can't stick around for the fight. And I wonder if Wuju will invest in maybe a Hull Breaker, as we can see on the minimap now. Kishmak trying to get involved in slaying this dragon. Ignite is going to go down. The tornado will miss. Wuju continues to kite away. Now going to go for the full fight here. Phaser trying to join in time, but Wuju's just too strong. Here comes the ultimate out and the unstoppable force as well. They will be able to trade it 1 for 1, but once again, 3 versus 1. The trade is still able to be found from Wuju. Rocket grab. Nice dodge there from Supro. You had to be quick on your feet to get away from that.
Beautiful side stuff from Supro. He also dodged like just pixel perfect, just enough movement. He didn't keep going right. He just went right just enough to dodge the rocket grab and continue moving south. So Supro's mechanics. Supro, fun fact, he plays on like a jury-rigged laptop tablet device or something. He's posted pictures in the Discord. He is playing on something that, yeah, a Microsoft Surface. Yeah, it looks like something that got jury-rigged from the Matrix, from the human survivors. Like, it just looks like garbage. But the plays he makes are beautiful. He's taking a couple trash cans and performing a symphony with them every time he plays. It's really great to see.
Yeah, doesn't necessarily matter the machine. It matters about the hands, and the hands are doing good things right now. Tower has been taken, so this is the Caitlyn Morgana sort of signature here. You take the first tower, you move around the map, you try and take some more towers. But the thing is, the towers in the top lane have already been taken. Wuju has taken care of that. So what is the real play right now for Wii Windows? Looking at that Rift Herald, talk about towers, just give it to your Shyvana and let her run down that top lane and try and threaten maybe some inhibitor towers. Right now, Kioski inside, close to that Rift Herald is Kishmak. Could be in a little bit of trouble here. Sam going to knock him up, and that's the combination. So much damage coming through from this mid-jungle duo of WWD, and they find the kill onto Kishmak. What can they find from this time now that they have?
Yeah, if you don't have CC, just make up for it in damage, and they are doing it in spades from Wii Windows. So pressure is on the top half of the map. They are circling around the Rift Herald, it looks like. Ooh!
Wuju's in a little bit of trouble, can't quite get over the wall there with the ultimate, and now so much resources have been committed to take down the dragon, but now the rest of WWD here, the cavalry has arrived. The first kill from Sam, make that a double kill. Now Smokestack's next to be eaten through, and that's going to be the Dark Binding flash forward to try and finish off the kill onto Logros, but that thing here is here. Logros does end up falling, but it's 4 kills going the way of WWD. Wuju is an absolute beast on the Shyvana, soaking up all the pressure for their team to just finish it off.
Huge route for Inferno Esports right there, just getting crushed. Yeah, they had to spend so many resources, so much investment. It takes at least 3 members of Inferno Esports to take down Wuju, and then we see the cost. So many resources are spent. There's nothing left in the gas tank for him afterwards, and just the cleanup crew between Sam and that thing there was just... It was just marvelous. Sam has been waiting for a breakout fight for him to come up and mop up the rest, and that was just a perfect opportunity, perfect timing for that fight. He was in the perfect position on the map to show up and capitalize on that. Looks like Phaser's angling for a flank on a Supro, though, out of the bush.
Oh, Phaser's found Supro, and I think this ADC is not long for this road. Flash over the wall, going to get themselves to safety. Phaser cannot find the remaining damage to finish off the kill, but will get the flash down off of the Caitlyn, so that will not be there for an upcoming fight if it does end up breaking out. The Rift Herald was also secured there, and it was given to Wuju, so Wuju will have immense pressure inside of this side lane. Taking a look at the minimap, may have caught out Kishmak here in the bot lane. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. The Yasuo will leave for the moment. There's a few of the INE members awaiting in the wings. We could see another 1v4 attempt here from Wuju. If they continue to push here, Phaser now making their way into this play. Kishmak goes forward through the minions here. The Dragon ultimate. Now there's the last breath there from Kishmak, but look at the damage that Wuju is putting out. Phaser joins the party, but it doesn't do anything. That's the double kill there. And now that's so much pressure that WWD is going to be able to apply. Wuju's going to continue to push down and probably place the Rift Herald, as now Smokestacks is the next one that's in trouble. Nice insect from that thing there to bring the Malphite closer to Supro on the Caitlyn to deal some damage, but they don't quite have enough to eat through that rock. But Wuju summons the Rift Herald on the bot side. More gold getting put into this unstoppable dragon.
Yeah, that's like the perfect map distribution of power and influence right there. Logros was just waiting in the wings, protecting, hovering Wuju, making sure everything was good. And for him to come in clutch with the Black Shield and the flash into the Soul Shackles right in the middle of that fight, locking them up, giving Wuju time to burn everybody down. Huge play by Logros. So I love the macro positioning for him right there. Just because we know it takes 3, but a support helping Wuju out tilts that fight completely. Dragon looks like it's going to be grabbed by Wee Windows. I don't know if Inferno's going to go for... No, I don't think they're going to take this here.
Yeah, you can't even get there in time.
Yeah.
Nice attempt with the Super Mega Death Rocket, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, got to give props again to the bot lane of Wii Windows. They have been so patient with their defensive play. I think like every time it looks like Phaser has one of them in his clutches, they've got a flash up for it. So while they're posturing aggressively, they're not overextending at all. They're looking like they're overextended, but they really are not. They're really just making sure that they're not putting themselves in danger without some kind of escape plan. So yeah, really good to see.
As long as you get caught out once every 5 minutes, you're good, because then you got the flash to get away. So just keep to that schedule. You have like an int meter as an ADC player. I know from myself, it's like, okay, don't int for another 5 minutes. You'll be okay. I know you'll get through it. And then then at that 5 minute mark, it's like bursting. The scale is breaking. You're like, I have to int. I have to go for something. And then it's like, oh, I'm caught. I can flash away. So we're good.
Yeah, as a support main, I also do that as well, where every 5 minutes I go for a ward I probably shouldn't, and thinking like, I can just flash over this wall if I get caught. And I don't evaluate like, is my flash worth this ward right now? It usually isn't. So, but it's still, you still exercise that 5 minute rule. My God. Wuju has eclipsed 200 CS, 5-3-3 on the Shyvana, Triforce, Hullbreaker, and Ravenous Hydra. He is just looking like an indestructible force right now. Quinn also too, 550 gold bounty for Sam on the Quinn. This is remarkable. Inferno Esports, they are a team that has been together for some months now. They've got tournament experience. Obviously, it's showing in the pedigree of their roster or their champion selection here. But just it feels like it's a tale of two teams where like you've got one refined tournament team and then a team with just power picks between the Quinn and the top Shyvana. Like it's a very strange environment to see. And in a best of one style Clash series, it's looking like it's reaping some pretty nice rewards so far. Because I don't know what the answer to that Shyvana is right now.
There's no answer. I'll give you the answer right now. There is no answer. Hullbreaker is such a difficult item to deal with, let alone when the person wielding the item is already massively fed and ahead. You basically have to commit 2 people to stop the Shyvana. Smokestacks can't do anything. You can see this. The dragons descend forward and you just have to run away. So you have to send 2 and that handicaps you for the Baron fight. So you just lose the Baron fight. There's no real counterplay to this. I absolutely despise Hullbreaker for this, but nonetheless, it's a strategy in League of Legends and you have to deal with it. But the thing is, you really don't have a lot of tools. So you can see the INE squad is falling under the pressure of this build. Wuju is just tearing down towers left, right, and center. Now going to go into the 2 versus 1, make that a 3 versus 1, make it a 4 versus 1. The zap there from Mr. Miyagi trying to get involved in this. Oh my goodness! 2 kills found. The Super Mega Death Rocket finishes it off, but a 2 for 1 when it's a 4v1 and your team gets the Baron. That's a deal you're happy to take as WWD.
My God, this feels like there's an actual real life dragon on the rift right now that's just causing terror all over the lanes from like mid, top, bottom, just tearing a hole in the base of Inferni Esports. While his team is just chilling and getting buried, like it's crazy. Like don't worry about him. We're on the beach, we're chilling, we're having margaritas. Let the dragon take care of everything else for us. Just phenomenal, just use of force from Buju there. This is so insane. And thinking back to Champ Select, it was such a perfect head fake with that first pick Quinn because everybody was caught off guard. We're like, why is he first picking Quinn? That's crazy. Obvious response, let's go Malphite top and run that Quinn over. Not so fast. Shyvana top is the answer there. So I feel a little bit bamboozled in Champ Select. I'm sure Inferni Esports feels a little bit bamboozled from that just early pick Quinn. So it shows it's not just power picks, it's the timing of the power picks and just kind of baiting your opponents in Champ Select. So I love this story so far. This game, this is crazy.
Yeah, it shows you that draft really is a part of League of Legends as much as playing the champions and actually getting things done on the Rift is a part of the game. Drafting your champions is a huge thing. And so the amazing draft mind games that WWE has put forth onto INE really reaping the benefits of that. And you can see the value they're able to get from it as now potential dragon fight starting up here. There's the Sonic Wave landing onto Phaser. Will a resonating strike follow? Not quite. And Phaser will walk away from this. They're forcing away the INE members into their own jungle. And we can see Wuju on the top side. Smokestacks is delegated to try and deal with this, but we all know there's really no way you're stopping this champion. Just gonna rip through that tower like it's Swiss cheese. Oh my goodness. This will certainly be the dragon here for WWD.
Yeah, there's just too many problems to answer right now for Inferni Esports. They've got super minions barreling on their Nexus turrets. Musu's just causing all kinds of havoc everywhere else. He's holding 3 people in the mid lane by himself. Easy take of the Hex Dragon. So that's 2 Drakes to 2 Drakes. Don't think we're going to see an Elder this game, though, but you never know. But it's kind of like a matter of like how much Wuju wants to play with his food. Yeah, just Inferni Esports backed up in the corner, completely choked out of this map right now. And I think that's kind of what you have to do when you have a Jinx on the other side of the table, because we were all worried that, you know, if Miyagi got to late game with this Jinx, it was just going to be murder in every single team fight. But fantastic tempo push by Windows and just not giving any ground at all. Level 17 on Wuju too. Jeez.
You can just ignore the Malphite. You don't even have to interact.
Yeah, he's just punched it like 3 punches of his structure and it's down. Like, oh my gosh.
Ooh, we see a Dark Binding land, but no one from WWE reacts on it yet. Is now in comes the Dragon's Descent from Muju. The Wind Wall is going to block away that skill shot damage, so that's going to be at least a small consolation win here. Dark Binding lands onto Kioski. Gonna try a rocket drop. It's gonna land on Sam. That Quinn's in a little bit of trouble. Last breath will follow. Shut down there for Kishmak to start the fight off. First Nexus turret has dropped. Wuju in the middle of multiple people. Actually going to fall. This could be the team fight here. The resets for Mr. Miyagi. They actually could find an ace, but the only one left is that thing here. Finds the Sonic Wave and will finish off the Jinx. The last one standing here for INE is the Malphite. Standing strong. Sonic Wave, resonating strike, smokestacks. Run for your life, my friend. The last 2 hits. That's the ace. And will the Lee Sin be able to end?
Oh my God, that thing there coming up so strong in the end of that fight. But yeah, it's just it takes so many resources to bring that dragon down. It feels like an actual town of like villagers with like pitchforks and slingshots trying to kill a dragon. Is not going to happen anytime soon. Beautiful binding from Logros to kick that off. Kiosuke was locked up for approximately 10 seconds there. That thing there, oh, he's really low, but he's trying to get the Nexus down here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have enough time, though, because the respawns are coming through for INE, and now that thing there is in a little bit of trouble. Kioski going to try and find the hook here in pursuit. The rocket grab going to be flashed from, and that thing here will escape with their lives. The only surviving member of that war inside of the base, but all the Nexus turrets drop, all the inhibitors are down. Super Mega Death Rocket not going to find its mark. You really, I mean, you're getting a lot of XP from these super minions, but you're really just forced to perma-clear. It's so early in the game to have a triple inhibitor down that you really need the whole squad here to figure it out. But then once the champions arrive, especially Wuju, it's like, how do you even deal with that? It's going to be a nigh impossible base defense for INE.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing else for Windows to focus on. There's no Baron, there's no Dragon. There's just a blasted open Nexus that they can beeline for if they want to. So, but huge props to that thing there for staying in the pocket as long as he did, because he's got a perfect KDA of 3-0-5 going completely deathless in this fight. So I always give props to somebody who like risks their life when they could ruin their perfect score. So that thing there, pushing to the limit, almost taking the Nexus. Kyosuke's smart ignite though, forced him to back off, and got a flash out of it. So, but again, yeah, we Windows barreling down the Rift right now. Supers are everywhere. One inhib just came back up on the bot side. This could be the last stand for Inferno Esports. Potentially shocked by this upstart team of Super Friends here. So really, really excited. Yeah, we'll see. We could
Final
see the
push will
first
begin.
Malphite ulti into the enemy team. We'll see.
Yeah, might see the first Wombo combo be initiated here. Better late than never. They could get it going here. They have no choice but to stand here and fight. Gonna run into a Yordle Snap Trap and Smokestacks, but with that armor, gonna be okay for the moment. But now the minions push in. You can see Sam lingering there, hovering over the people trying to defend that last remaining structure. Those villagers, they don't want their village to be taken by this dragon, waiting so ominously in front of them as they try and protect their crops and their harvest away from the evil that looms above. But into the dragon's
gonna burn it all!
Wuju, there goes the combination. It goes into multiple people, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Too many members are dropping. Supro is completely untouched. It's a quadra kill. Oh my goodness. Report Sam for stealing the Penta, but they get the win nonetheless. What a dominant performance here from We Windows.
Jeez, We Windows, very, very well done. Nicely done. They were in the driver's seat the entire time. Almost 300 CS on the side of Wushu. I am loving this team so much. Inferno Esports, to me, they are the prom queen, the belle of the ball, the golden child. I thought Inferno Esports was just going to run right through anybody they played with this tournament, given all their tournament experience before. So really cool to see We Windows have just such a great underdog win here. So just super shocked, and that just reorients a lot of the order, the power rankings in my mind, which I'm sure people are going to be really excited to see later on. But yeah, fantastic play, really well done. Inferno Esports, I know they're going to lick their wounds, come back even stronger. They are a team that is determined, and they're not really going to. They bounce back. They're rarely forced to learn from losses because they don't lose that often. So when they do, yeah, I've got no doubt in my mind that they're going to bounce back even harder. So really cool game for game number one. Let's see. Game number two, I believe. Let's see. Do you want to take a break, or do you want to roll right into game number two? Okay, we'll take a brief water break. So all y'all in the audience, thanks for tuning in. Stay around. Go grab a drink, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. We will catch you guys on the other side of intermission.
That was a fun one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We are back with the Odyssey Esports Clash Tournament Fall Series week number one. Game two, we're going to start off. Here are the standings that we've got so far. So, just so you know, right now tonight, we were playing with, or we're casting the games from round two and round three. Wins in round number one is going to earn you in your team 1 point. Win in round two will earn 2 points, and a win in round three will earn 3 points. Points will be totaled at the end of the regular season to assign seeding, and then we'll move on from there with the big show. But anyways, we're gonna get into it with game number two. I believe this is gonna be the Haram Harem. Is that right? Haram Harem versus TDG? No. No, it's Haram Harem versus yeah, TDG. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, it's right there on the screen. Okay. All right, I'm here. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
okay.
okay. That's okay. I was blinded by all the bright fire that was happening in the match earlier, which was just
Right. You're
absolutely
just
nuts.
trying to
Yeah.
recollect yourself.
I am. Yeah. It was shocking what a dragon can do to a human body. It's pretty harrowing.
It
Um
is.
but we're gonna get into it here. So on the side of the Haram Harem, we've got Ajuka in the top lane, King Kublai in jungle, Exit. Well, okay, so we got a mix. We got Sedatin, Exodus, and Drubert. Drubert's definitely support. Exodus and Sedatin, I have no idea where they're gonna go. There's a lot of flex play here on the side of the Haram Harem. So anybody's guess right now. Ajuka's Aatrox never going to get played ever again. I think that champion has just been deleted from the game for Ajuka. Um, yeah, get Lily out of here. Sedatin Senna also don't ever. She's also removed from the game for Sedatin in perpetuity. And Rammus, interesting. Okay, J4 taken away from King Kublai. Don't doubt that Kublai loves aggressive junglers. J4 seems pretty strong right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty buff. Ooh,
Ooh, I would
ooh,
love this.
there's a favorite of yours.
Oh, maybe not so much
Oh,
that. I do play a lot of Ash, but she's more just secure the win in solo queue. Samira is
yeah.
the more fun one. Oh, okay. So we're gonna get the
Okay,
Ash. That's
okay.
definitely the safer B1 pick. You don't want to blind pick a Samira. Sivir would be a nice response. The spell shield does well against things like the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. You don't necessarily have to take cleanse in your summoner spells. And yeah, Jarvan going to be taken off the board. One of the strongest junglers in the game for some time. Has been very powerful. Gore Drinker, Spear of Shojin, two powerful items. They work very nicely with the Jarvan, so take that away. And then, of course, everyone else's signature picks. We don't want to see those. We want to see some variety in these games. Emilio is the hover here on R2. And this is
Yeah.
going to be the combination.
Ooh,
Wow, and the
okay.
Taric.
Wow. All right. So I'm a former Tarek main, love him to death. Drupert on the side of whoa, wait, yeah. That's wait. Drubert's playing Tarek? Hold on. All right. Drubert is my longtime support buddy. We both kind of like played enchanters for a little bit. He's been the consummate enchanter for the most part, Seraphine main and all that stuff. I was like the only player to play Tarek until like me played him once and beat me with him, which is really embarrassing. Not gonna go into that story too much. But seeing Drew on Tarek, I love Tarek so much. One of my favorite champs of all time. I love him with engaged comps, love him with disengaged comps. We're gonna see where the Haram Harem kind of outline the rest of their team because they do need damage on their side so far with the Malphite and Tarek. Mordekaiser, ooh, ugh, that'd be. I don't know if I like Malphite and a Mordekaiser. That
No,
feels.
that's another Malphite counter pick. Our Malphite friends are just getting really, they're just having a tough go today. It
Yeah.
sucks. I don't
It's a,
know if it'll be as bad as the Shyvana, since Mord isn't really a Hall Breaker champion that can run you down. But
mhm,
the Death Realm does pose a problem.
yeah. And we've got we've got a sub for Drupert in this game. It's who is it? No, we've got. Oh, Lumi's subbing for what? Okay, all right. Lumi, my arch rival, my arch nemesis. He is a prominent mid laner here, and he ganks the shit out of me. I gank the hell out of him. So it's a hate relationship that goes back and forth where we try to like just it doesn't matter what the score is. We're just gonna try to kill each other on the map. That's what. For Lumi to play my Tarek, I take a personal. I don't know how to feel about it. If Lumi is trying to make some statement that he could play my main champion better than I can, we're gonna have some words after this game. But either way, I'm just gonna let it pass. We're just gonna keep going.
It might be an
Uh,
active war.
it could be a hot war. It was a cold war up until I saw Lumi was picking Tarek, so it could devolve back into a hot war. Um, yes. So let's see.
Playing mind games with the casters as well. How rude to bring us into all of this.
I
Or
know.
more so just bring you there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah. I get a lot of fun from everybody. So that Jax picture is gorgeous. Now the Jax, he's only visually updated, correct? They didn't make a change to any of his abilities,
No,
right?
no, yeah, just the
Okay.
VGU update. But
Okay.
what is the big question here is we got a Mord and a Jax. Those are two primarily champions played in that top lane. And so what will we see? Will we see a mid Jax? Will we see a mid Mordekaiser? Will we see a Jax jungle? There's a lot of question marks here on the red side draft for TGD. On the other side, Rammus and a potential blind Caston. And can't even say if it's blind or not because don't really know what's going on with the solo lanes there for DGD. But Rammus nonetheless going to be the lock-in. Vigar is going to be, that's a little bit of a safer pick. Doesn't get punished as hard as maybe Caston does, but still scales just as nicely. Just in more of a mage role than an assassin. And okay, so with the Cinder Hover, I think this could be a Jax jungle.
Yeah, which would be really cool, but also interesting into the Rammus though. I'm not super sure how that is going to play out too much. I don't anticipate they're going to, well, I don't know. If they end up ganking the same lane, huh? I can't figure out. I don't know, cause Rammus needs time to build up armor early game.
Right.
Taunting on Jax, even with he's got his spiky shell up, Jax is still gonna hit pretty hard. So yeah, it
And
could
there's
be
a lot
kind
of
of a coin
magic
flip.
damage on Jax as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Um, could be kind of a tricky coin flip if they meet in the same lane at the same time. Um,
Right.
yeah. But so far, there is a ton of AoE team fight capacity on the harem, harem. I'm gonna have trouble with that name.
I'm happy
uh,
you're the one that's tried to say it all these times,
yeah,
so I don't embarrass myself.
yeah. I'm gonna have to recite it like 50 times. Yeah, into the degenerates now. Yeah.
They have a pretty insane team fight. Unstoppable
Mhm.
Force, the Cage, Enchanted Crystal, Arrow, Taric Ultimate as well. And the dueling potential a little bit, well, I want to say the dueling potential is a little bit better here for TGD. I do like
Mhm.
the fact that they have so much magic damage into Rammus. Rammus is typically a champion you play into full armor comps, or at least as much armor as possible, since that just directly benefits you with your spiked shell.
Mhm.
But yeah, Syndra, Mordekaiser are going to be decent. Jax has a good amount of magic damage as well. The scaling is really good for the side of Haram Harem there.
Nice,
The
nice.
Vigar, yeah, I nailed it. I might not nail it every single time, but I got it that one time at least. So that's pretty good there. Yeah, that's really just the big assessments. We got scaling, we got a Sivir, so get that 400 CS locked and loaded, permanent
Yep.
wave clear, late game, and everything. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Nice. I like it. Cop's gonna be harassing Sadat in a little bit here. I super do not like Tarek into Melio. Melio gets a lot of free poke into Tarek. Tarek does not want it. Tarek just wants to walk up, melee minions, heal, melee some more minions. So Sedatin, a man after my own heart, really wants me to appreciate him. So I love Sedatin. I love his champion pool. He plays so much good stuff. But it is going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, Cop, he can push Sedatin back when he walks in for a stun, harass him constantly, and there's really just very little opportunities for Sedatin to do an all-in while Cop has his little Fuego mini kickback up. Yeah,
Lionel
so
Messi,
yeah, yeah.
Kylian Mbappe style League of Legends play.
Yeah, for real. And pretty sure Cop is he sounds like a soccer fan. Um, not yeah, I feel like Cop's a soccer would be a soccer fan. At least he would know the most out of
And
anybody.
if you play Milio, you kick a soccer ball in a video game. That's basically being a soccer fan, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or if you like played FIFA like once in your entire life, totally.
Right.
Ooh, nice stun from Stan out of the bush, but
Nice
he
little
doesn't get out
dazzle.
there. Yeah, yeah. You get those when you can. You get Won't be
Yeah,
many
certainly.
opportunities.
It
Yeah.
definitely is easier to play Tarek into an engaged champion where you can just disengage with Dazzle or say, hey, you just dredge lined me as Nautilus. Now I'm going to stun you and we're going to kill you instead. That's kind of the way I see Tarek really does
Mhm.
thrive. And also into engage, you use the Cosmic Radiance to live with your ult. So yeah, against Milio free poke, it does get a little bit tough there for Sedating to navigate the lane and get those stacks there on the support item.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And it's one of those things where like it really just shows like Tarek is a very conditional lane pick. In the once the team fights happen, when you've got a Malphite to set things off with the Cosmic Radiance afterwards, then it's good. But this is the penance you pay early in lane for picking Tarek. Although, oh no, Jimbo's too savvy for that. He's not gonna get caught. Yeah.
Nice
Jimbo,
sidestep.
ooh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, both really good. So Jimbo, he's nice guard of the week. From Columbia, yeah.
Probably won't see any solo kills inside of that mid lane until we hit level 6 and have access to the Unleashed Power and the Execution Vigar ultimate. For the moment,
Yeah,
it'll probably just be some light trades.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't see that matchup a whole lot. I feel like it's a little bit Cinder favored.
Certainly with
Um,
the range, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Cop with his disconnect as per usual. That'll happen. But yeah, fun story. Ram Harem. They actually have two top lane mains on their team, Ajuka and
Oh, we see the cage come through, and now King Kublai is inside with the power ball. Columbia gonna flash away, but the flash tunt to follow the last little bit of damage. The W from Illuminous does find that kill. First blood to the Vigar, and I'm not gonna try it. I forgot it. HAH on the board.
HAH ha is on the
Ha!
board.
Ha
Yes,
is
they
on
are.
the board. There we go.
Good two-man play from Kublai and Lumi right there, as classic as you can get. Very good patience of the CC. They get the cage, they wait for the flash, and then Kublai follows up with a taunt. Makes it look like 100% play right there. So really well done by Haram Harem's mid and jungle. Ooh, Columbia's pretty far up
Yeah,
again.
we're gonna see a regank locked in the cages. Columbia, nice scattered weak though to cancel the Powerball. Taunt is in, but Luminous doesn't really have the damage follow up here. Everything's on cooldown, and you're still a Vigar with just a Doran's Ring. It gets a little bit tough, and so yeah, regank happens, but Columbia lives to see another day.
Yeah, Columbia back in it with that teleport. Gonna try to force a teleport from Lumi. We'll see how he maintains that pressure. Kublai's still in the neighborhood, but not gonna be any one-on-one situations there. But yeah, I think so funny story with Haram Harem. They have the teams got kind of thrown together with like friends messaging each other saying, hey, you want to join a team? Want to join a team? Yeah, sure. Somehow Haram Harem ended up with two top laners, both Ajuka and Exodus. But fun fact, they each kind of one trick different ADCs. So Exodus does one trick Samira, and he also has some Ashe experience too as well. I forget what Ajuka's. I think Ajuka plays Sivir. So depending on their relative matchups, they can kind of choose the ADC that they want and have a functional top laner either way. So yeah,
Flexible team.
Yeah, very flexible team.
Got some team lore. Jimbo Slice, you could be in a bit of trouble here. That's a Rammus powering forward. Sedating over the wall with the Dazzle, but the Spell Shield keeps the Sivir alive. You can see the value of this pick inside of the game here for TGD. And that bot lane stays alive, but on the top side here, Ronnie World putting Ajuka into the Death Realm, not able to find the kill on that. We see the regain coming through. Around the corner comes the Rammus. King Kublai trying to get involved. This time going for Cop. No, it's actually Jimbo Slice. No Spell Shield this time around. The taunt into the Dazzle. Ignite drops, even if no summoners available. So Jimbo Slice is certainly dead. On the top side, it's a solo kill. Ajuka hits 6. Unstoppable Forest Dragon Lizard is there, but the flash away from the rock will keep him safe. Action all across the map in this game.
Yeah, trade of kills from top to bottom. Beautiful regank from King Kublai. Cop was just a pixel off from knocking Kublai out of his Powerball there. So it was such a razor thin margin that they had to do that. Jimbo's first block of the Dazzle with his Spell Shield was crisp, perfect. He maintained his aggression perfectly. Kublai knew that Jimbo was going to keep trying to shove the lane and probably crash it, and just punishes him. It sucks when you just have the one skill shot to stop the Rammus. If Cop makes that skill shot, they're out. But yeah, again, missing by pixel is just, it's not enough. And just the follow up was pretty crushing. So
League can be a game of inches sometimes.
Absolutely, yeah.
One pixel off.
Yeah. So we'll see. So you got pair of Noon Quivers from both ADCs right now. So not too different. Oh, man, Ajuka. Yeah, I don't think Ajuka's supposed to win any of these, right?
Yeah, it's definitely on paper a Mordekaiser favored lane, but this is the thing about the Arcane Comet take is you don't have to get into melee range of Mordekaiser to find favorable trades. It's sort of the same idea with range tops. You just use that Arcane Comet to trade nicely as Dragon Lizard. Oh no, my friend, you're gonna have to flash away, but the Primordial Burst from downtown Illuminous on the board again. 2-0. Does the play continue? Columbia trying to find a little bit of damage back, but the Powerball is charging up. The kick from Cop 34 does not cancel it. The Dazzle with the Bastion combined, and King Kublai finds the stun. Sedaten in hot pursuit, but Cop 34 flashes over the wall. Yeah, the Counter-Strike just ran out as Dragon Lizard used the Leap Strike onto King Kublai and then tried to flash away with that Primordial Burst. It's got that heat-seeking point-and-click missile, and it executed that Jax down to lethal HP once again.
Yeah, Lumi with the ultimate skill button at the right time. But yeah, Dragon Lizard, it looked like somebody's gonna face check the bush, and Dragon Lizard started his Counter Strike really early, and it was kind of like, oh,
see a dragon contest here. Dragon Lizard wants that dragon. Gonna try and get in for the smite. Take it down to 600 HP. The last auto will get it, but they're gonna trade themselves their life. The ignite from Sedaten is ticking. King Kublai, get that last auto attack. No, the kill goes to the Taric. Unfortunate. The dragon is taken. Columbia gonna use that Scatter the Weak to send that Armadillo back to the jungle. It's a dragon steal, but this Jax starts to fall a little bit behind.
Yeah, I think Dragon Lizard was trying really hard to find some redemption, which partially you do with getting that first dragon early on, which is great. But yeah, he does take another loss. He's off the Rift for a little bit longer. And I mean, Jungle Jax, you need tempo as much as you can. You need to get as much XP as fast as possible because you're not solo lane. You're not getting all this solo XP constantly flooded towards you. So, you know, he's got to find the camps when he can, while he can, while also helping his lanes out. So, yeah, he definitely does not want to fall too far behind because he's an important damage component of his team. So, yeah. So hopefully he dials it back a little bit. You could find Kublai here. I don't know if he's going to...
Oh, just going to smite away the scuttle.
All right. Dragon Lizard winning all the smite fights. Yeah.
There you go. Just the true jungle 1v1 is happening there with the smites. And right now, Dragon Lizard up 2-0. That might be tilting King Kublai a little bit. You're going to have to get back on the scoreboard. It's actually, I'm looking towards the top side. I think this is Ronnie World trying to... He just sold that Rich Herald. Oh, wrong time to TP Ronnie World right into the unstoppable force. Flash away, but you put yourself in the death realm with them. You're not flashing anywhere. You sort of built your own prison cell right there. Ajuka dodges, jukes away from that scattering knee slapper. Illuminous on the pursuit. The cage will lock in Columbia. And now Ajuka's here for the damage. Illuminous 3-0 on the board. We're seeing so much action happening. Dazzle now from Sedaten lands onto Cop 34. The fight might break out in the bot side. And now Sedaten is in a little bit of an awkward position. Exodus has to run away. The trades will come through. I think we have exhausted all the fights on Summoner's Rift. A lot to unpack.
Yeah. Lots of fights. Top side, middle, bot side. Yeah, both these teams looking to scrap super hard. So that could be in position for a Dazzle here. Don't think he's going to go for it yet, though. Not level 6 yet. Level 6 advantage is on the side of the Degenerates. That needs a little bit more XP before they try anything here, it looks like. But yeah, oh, there's a Dazzle spell shield immediately.
Unfortunate Breath of Life there. Cop 34 might have thought Jimbo was going to get stunned, and so used the Breath of Life to cleanse away the stun, but the spell shield was in, so yeah, that's just an unfortunate bit of miscommunication there from the TGD bot lane.
Yeah, and it's so hard because the amount of time that you have to snap for that spell shield is faster than you can actually physically say. Oh, King Kublai could be here, though. Flash.
Ooh, nice flash from Dazzle, and then followed up with the Rammus ultimate onto 2 Jimbo Slice, forced to flash away and running away with the movement speed there. They're going to live, but they burn a lot of summoner spells. It leaves them vulnerable to a regank.
Yeah, Taric flash for ADC flash. I'll take that any day of the week, especially if Taric still has his ultimate later for a tower dive in the next couple of minutes. So we'll see if that that summoner spell loss does punish Jimbo and Cop for that. But yeah, really good initiative. Kublai is just not laying off of this bot lane at all, giving it all kinds of love, or all kinds of respect, because Jimbo Slice, he's run away from so many games with so many games. Yeah, I think most people are not going to give Jimbo a free lane ever. Yeah, because he's shown his late game skills. Good. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the running meme is that you don't pick an AD carry against Jimbo. Usually it's just Veigar and just one shot him, or you just pick Rammus and never let Jimbo have a life. That's either. Yeah. So they've got both Veigar and Rammus. So the double duty onto Jimbo. Jimbo's such a freaking great ADC, but teams are just you know, they headhunt him, and there's not much, you know, when you're the king, people are going to keep coming after you. That's usually what happens. Dragon Lizard, Okay.
Dragon Lizard.
Oh, he's going in.
Go in with the counter strike. Ajuka's stunned up here. The pull will land from Ronnie World, but unfortunately doesn't pull Ajuka over the wall as the soaring slam from King Kublai lands onto Columbia. Illuminous trying to join up in the play. Columbia down to about half HP. Going to try and use the flash to get away. Do they have Scout of the Week to disengage this fight? Event Horizon finds the stun and followed up with the Dark Matter. And the Baleful Strike will get the kill for Illuminous. Dragon Lizard off the back end of that play was also taken out. Oh my goodness. Ha. What a bunch of amazing players at the current moment. 9-0 the kill score.
Oh my goodness. Game of inches, that was like a game of pixels. Like the Event Horizon just barely caught Columbia on the tail end of that. I was shocked that it landed, but that was the last bit of CC. They needed that pixel edge to secure that kill. So really, really well done. Just so much great calculated aggression from the side of the Haram Harem here. Ajuka getting some plates for his troubles. My goodness, yeah. He also started off with 2 null magic mantles, which is super obnoxious. And now it looks like he's building. He's got his Merc Treads.
Event Horizon lands combined with the Everfrost. Oh my goodness. Primordial Burst does half the HP of Columbia for the solo kill. That's just your typical Vygar things. 5-0. Working towards that Rabadon 6 stacks on the Dark Seal. You're just looking at a very powerful Tiny Yordle at the current moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sedan is officially out of control no, Lumi is officially out of control right now. Sedan's always out of control. Yeah, 5-0-0, 600 bounty on the Vhagar. Just so scary.
Well, we see a fight here. Yeah, this is double TP. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto Cop 34, who doesn't use the Breath of Life. Dragon Lizard is the next as the target. Cosmic Radiance buffing up the members here of Blue side. The last Q from Ajuka there to finish off Dragon Lizard. They just weren't really in position to fight this one, and they get punished for it. Ronnie World's going to be able to trade a tier 1 on the top side, but I think this Infernal Drake's going to go the way of Haram Harem. And actually, we see the unstoppable force here from Ajuka getting involved. Jimbo Slice able to trade one back for their efforts. The Unleashed Power does not do enough damage to take out Lumi, who will finish off the kill with the Baleful Strike. This Vygar 6-0. An Infernal Drake here. It's just really looking like this game is snowballing out of control.
Yeah, there is nowhere. Oh my god. Oh no, double stun.
Event Horizon and the Everfrost, and that's Cop 34 dropping. But wait, we see a TP from Ronnie World. What can Ronnie do? Half HP here, Sedating. Can they find the stun? Dazzled lands. Event Horizon dropped. Ronnie World locked up in the cage, and look who's there for the alley-oop. King Kublai. This team is playing out of this world. 16-1. They're averaging over a kill per minute. Who can stop them?
Oh my god. Yeah. Not even Smaug at this point could stop these guys. Holy smokes. Yeah, there is nowhere on the map that's safe right now. And I think like the Generous don't realize it quite yet. They can't step anywhere more than like a couple feet away from the turrets, and even then it's still super dangerous. Yeah, just an unreal lead right now. 6,000 gold at 15 minutes in for the Haram Harem. And yeah, it's Lumi, he's off the chain. He's out of control. Jimbo, oh no, went to ward.
Jimbo is getting attacked once again as we see the Enchanted Crystal Arrow land. The Breath of Life will cleanse it away, and then the taunt. But then we saw what looked like a small little QSS there. I think that came from the Breath of Life, though. I don't know. I missed out on what happened there. There was a lot of cleanses. Jimbo, nonetheless, though, will escape from the play. Not enough CC can bring down this Sivir as Lumi takes out that tier 1 in the mid lane. Event Horizon will not land. Columbia lives to see another day.
Yeah, Columbia is going to be haunted by memories of golden spatulas all around him. Oh my god, Kublai's went in!
Soaring slam, and then the flash forward on the Jimbo Slice, who has a flash of their own. You just can't take this man down. Just so much escape tools, but you know who doesn't have the escape tools is Columbia. Slammed with that unstoppable force, nowhere to go inside of the cage, and no flash available. Another kill in the mid lane there for Illuminous.
Man, yeah, Jimbo just absorbing all kinds of pressure throughout this entire game. There's just been such a powerful influence from Lumi in the middle of the map that like the Generals have not been able. Jimbo's taking this fight.
Yeah, 2v2 here. Jimbo Slice running down Sedaten, who's trying to run away for their lives. Cosmic Radiance is available, but not going to be used. The Flash will be committed instead as Lumi here, 2 versus 1. Now put into the death realm by Ronnie World. We have 2 1v1s, but no, we have a 2v1 now as King Kublai makes their way forward to try and take down Dragon Lizard. You can't be able to take the Herald when you're dead, is now outside of the 1v1, 1,000 gold to Ronnie World, but unfortunately walks into the stun immediately after. So a 2-for-1 there. 1k over to the Mordekaiser, but still, Rift Herald in hands of Haram Haran, and they're just feeling really good. But the T1 was taken on the bot side. Lots of action.
Yeah, you were absolutely right. That's the best way to beat Dragon Lizard. Oh, shit. Oh, whoa.
You know what? You can't even get a word off here, Josh, without a fight breaking out. You just can't. Sometimes that happens in games. The color just tries to speak, and it's just play after play after 2v2 after 1v1. But now, we think all the bloodshed is over for the moment. What do you gotta say?
I need a little light to like hit, and then so like the teams know like, oh, the red light's on. Colored caster's trying to talk. Let's not fight for a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I was.
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's just a flash. Continue.
Yeah, but yeah, Jimbo was gonna say absorbing so much pressure, able to take a T1 still despite all of this this aggression from them, but. Like you said before, the best way to stop Dragon Lizard from smite stealing is just take them off the map, which they do immediately. Get the Rift Herald. Could be anybody's guess as to where it's going to go. Probably top side. We'll see. But yeah, oh, whoa. A little bit of trading here. I don't think you keep going.
You definitely don't want this fight, Dragon Lizard. The Shirelia's movement speed going to get Cop 34 and Dragon out of there as, whoa, Cop, that's some, what is that pathing, my friend? You can't do that. That's just respecting the evil that is Lumi on this Vygar. Dark Matter, Baleful Strike, you don't even need the Primordial Burst to take out that Milio. Just evaporated like it's nothing.
Yeah, that's like the 3-stage plan for Vygar's like ultimate execution of evil. It's like first game number 1, you just have to watch out for the cage. Game number 2, you got to watch. Oh, arrow right down the middle.
What an arrow there from Exodus. Insane stuff there, cross map. And now Jimbo locked up with the taunt. Are you kidding me? That Primordial Burst just one-shot him completely. Dragon Lizard caught up by the Event Horizon. So is Cop 34 because the Jukas come in on the flank there from the left side. They're summoning up the Herald. At 19 minutes, the whole base is getting sieged. It's collapsing before TGG's eyes. They can do nothing but way unstoppable force.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, the Dark Matter onto 2 just, they're gone. They evaporate. There's nothing left for them. Do we get a Dancing Shelly this game? What do you think? Do they end the game right now?
It looks like it. We might. Rest timers are almost up. The Dragon Lizard is going to be out for 20 seconds. Oh my god, another...
Yeah, they're just going to keep going. But Ronnie World's safe in the death realm for the moment. Exodus going to have to win that 1 versus 1. First Nexus Herald will drop. We will not get a Dancing Shelly, but Ronnie World outside of the death realm doesn't have the damage to take out the ADC of Haram Haram. And now the pursuit continues. The Scatter the Weak will not land as now Ajuka is frontlining for the squad right now. Flashing forward to get 1 kill. Might just get the second. Exhaust will reduce the damage. Now Dragon Lizard joining the fray finds the Counter-Strike. It is impossible to take down this Malphite. It's too tanky. Oh my god. Can you believe Ajuka is 10-0? This is Dwayne Johnson on the Rift right now. You can't kill this man.
Oh my god. It looked like there was just a glimpse of hope, a slimmer of hope, just like a single ray of light coming down that the degenerate saw. There could be a kill here. There could be a shutdown here. But just, they were totally denied. Like, Haram Haram just, they showed a little bit of leg, got him to chase him a little bit, turned around, took more kills. Just really, oh my god. You think... It's like there's that moment where like you know your team's lost, you know you've been beaten, but at least you could claim some kind of moral victory if you could take out the one of the undefeated characters. There are 3 members on Haram Haram who have not gotten killed this game. There's only two members who died. So getting a kill on any one of those like supposedly immortal characters would be fantastic. But they could not seal the deal. It's so, yeah, it's heartbreaking. At this point, I'm just hoping they could get a kill and take somebody out of perfect KDA territory.
Right.
But we'll see. Yeah.
The ultimate win for them would be taking down everyone and having no perfect KDAs. Is Lumi could have just flanked with the tower there, but yeah, unfortunately the recall does come through for Ronnie. Yeah, I mean, if you want to like look at the large scale devastation that is this game, 28-2 is the kill score. Just look at the KDAs on the side of Haram Haram, and then look at the KDAs on the side of the degenerates there. So that's just an absolute shellacking, which this game has been. And now only 21 minutes into the game. Can you believe it? We're getting our first Baron. And this certainly will spell doom for the TGD side. As King Kublai is the jungler and not even present at the Baron take. They don't even care. They're just fishing for kills. Now I'm going to use the blast cone to get over the wall, and this should drop.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Oh,
Oh god. Oh,
over the wall. Cop 34
oh.
is not 34 anymore, as that is basically just one R press, and that's a gone Milio.
Jeez, straight to the gray screen. The layering of CC between the Vagar and the Malphite, it's unreal. Like the pick potential, it's fully realized every single time. I'm still stunned that this game is only 22 minutes in with how much fighting has gone on and how many kills has been happening. Um, yeah, really, really crazy stuff. But you see the degenerates, they're still farming up. They're ready to ARAM this. I think they're not done. They're gonna keep fighting it out. Yeah, so crazy. Just
There's
this.
no other way to do it.
Yeah,
Just gotta
yeah.
go out, guns blazing. Even if your guns are Nerf guns and the enemy team has like miniguns, it's fine. Just go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's their
you know,
situation.
at least with Nerf guns, you're having fun. So
Right,
there's
exactly.
oh,
Wow, half HP from the Primordial Burst as Cop 34 is bedazzled into their death. Dragon Lizard is the next target. Next on the menu here for the Haram Harem squad. The Cosmic Radiance, you don't even need it at this point, but wait a minute. Do we get a kill here onto Lumi? Yes, we do. That's
Lumi!
another 1K shutdown, but they already died before. There's still so many undefeated KDAs here. As Jimbo Slice has no way left to go. Columbia just left the game. Oh, you gave up? That's not guns blazing.
no,
Unfortunate.
it's not.
But the Nexus drops. The suffering is over for TGD. Game
Yes,
win
yeah.
for Haram Harem.
Well played by Haram Harem. Not everybody was present for the last stand of the Alamo. It's gonna happen sometimes. But just my God, Haram Harem putting on a clinic with that team. Just not much you could say. not a
Not
whole lot.
much. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
speaks for itself what happened on the Rift.
Yeah. All I could, if I had to describe it in one word, it would be disgusting.
Yep.
So yeah, nicely played. Well done by Haram Harem. I hope that the degenerates can lick their wounds, recover, and just drown your sorrows in a pint of ice cream tonight. That's all I can say. That's what I would be doing. So I'll probably do that anyways, even if I don't even do
Yeah,
research.
hell
So
yeah. Just do it
yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Who cares?
Nice. Sweet. Well, that is the end of our round 2 matches for 2 points each for the winning teams. We're going to be bringing up round 3, which looks like it's going to be the Haram Harem versus We Window. So that should be a very exciting matchup.
Oh, yeah. Certainly.
Yeah. It's going to be really explosive. So I think we're going to head to a break real quick, intermission, while we get that game loaded up. So yeah, grab a drink, stretch your legs, all that good stuff. We will catch you guys on the other side of intermission. All right, everybody, welcome back to game number 3 of our evening's coverage of our Odyssey Esports Clash tournament. Week number 1. We've got this is going to be series number 3, so this game is worth 3 points. It's going to be between we I keep wanting to call them We Dumb Boys. We Windows versus the Haram Harem. So yeah, going to be a super explosive matchup to see what we get shaken out of week 1. Yeah, what are your thoughts from both of these teams so far from what you've seen tonight?
Well, both of them had a dominant win. So Haram Harams was a little bit more dominant than the others, but there was a powerhouse top lane performance there from We Windows. Wuju on the Shyvana was an absolute beast. And so I really think, though, for the other side, Haram Haram had an overall team, like a super good team performance. Everyone was getting fed, everyone was getting involved in the slaughter. So I think the game plan for Haram Haram, if you shut down that top lane, then maybe, but you can't count out the rest of the members of We Windows either because they did play solid. So really, all in all, is what I'm trying to say is these are two really good teams, and I'm ready to see some absolute full throttle action in this one, and hopefully we get a really close one that goes down to the wire.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what goes down here because I think this is going to be a real true test. One of the things, one of the common wisdom is that as a player, if you are a true one trick or if you've got like a true power pick, even when the opponent knows what that power pick is or what that power pick's game plan is, if you're good enough with it, it doesn't even matter if there's a game plan against it because you could still execute your plan, execute your will on what's going on. Or I mean, you could see some trickery like with that Quinn first pick, but I don't think it's going to work again. It's kind of one of those like first time like if somebody's playing poker and they're like playing tight the entire night and they make one big bluff, you're like, okay, I know, I know what you're about now. So, yeah, so we'll see what kind of adjustments they can make, or if they could pull the same kind of trickery this time around. But we are into picks and bans here. A lot of the power picks typically do get banned out in the first rotation. I'm curious if they are going to knock out the Quinn, or if there's a way to play around that, or the Shyvana. I don't know.
Yeah, you can either ban out the picks that you feel you don't really have an answer to, or you can hide a trick up your sleeve and say, okay, well, wait until they pick this certain pick. Let's say they wait until they play the Shyvana, and then we got the Shyvana answer locked and loaded, ready to go. So you have sort of two ways to combat these things. Well, it looks like the Quinn not really going to have an answer here for uh, Haram Harem. They're going to take that one away. WWD follows up with the Aatrox ban. They're not dealing with any of it. So the
Yep.
two picks we saw in the previous game, Haram Harem wants nothing to do with those.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Don't blame them at all. It's really hard to formulate a day one strategy as soon as you and the Lee Sin too. Okay, so a lot of respect for We Windows, both Wuju and that thing there. So yeah, great to see. Yeah. And Sam too as well. So fantastic all around. Locking in the Ash for the Harem. Exodus had a really great performance on it. Well, everybody had a great performance on all our champions. So seems to be a comfort pick for Haram Harem right now. Ash does seem like she's in a really good place right now in the patch. I like her a lot as a safe pick early on for ADC, but
Yep,
the
certainly
Jarvan's
is.
open.
Ivern, Jarvan, that's a really big contrast there in champion playstyle. Jarvan's the real gank heavy, early game stomper that wants to snowball. Then Ivern's plays a little bit more passive. You have a really bit of a unique jungle pathing. And Haram Hera might just take that one way. They say, okay, you don't want it, we'll take it. Hovering the Jarvan now. Caitlyn going to be locked in. So could be traditional Caitlyn, could be lethality Caitlyn. Lethality Caitlyn is quite OP right now. They probably would rather do that. But yeah, Ash
Mhm.
on B1 as well. It's not as strong as it was maybe one or two patches ago, but
Mhm.
still quite good. Big lane bully. Denying the Morgana here would be really smart from Haram Harem or the Lux because those two are really good pairings with the Caitlyn.
Yes.
And we saw WWD pull out that combination. So they might go for the Morgana here. If they wanted the Lux, that's been taken away. Rakan could be good too. Sort of like one of the best supports in the game overall. Works with almost anything. We'll see what they want
Mhm.
to do.
Yeah, I like the Lux pick a lot because Morgana is a lot less between the two. If you're choosing Lux versus Morgana versus Lux, you want to be the Lux in that matchup every time. So I think that kind of does force them onto Rakan instead. A little bit trickier, but they do need some kind of engage with the Ivern jungle. I respect that. Insta lock for Jarvan for King Kublai. Kublai loves playing J4, one of his favorite champions, and J4 is just busted right now because he's like tanky, but also does a ton of burst damage. So with a great CC with his Cataclysm, so yeah, thank you, Spear of Sojin, and Stop making that item. That's all I gotta say. Stop trying to make Spear Sojin a thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
every
I
iteration,
hope
it's really
Riot's listening.
terrible. Yes, yes. They are, because I've sent them 50 emails right now. They have to be watching our cast by this point. So
Right.
I can't see why they wouldn't. Um ooh. Yep,
TK
Tom.
lock-in, that would probably go to the top side of the map unless it's some crazy pocket pick Tom Kench mid. But no, Tom Kench top is something that is obviously very tanky, but also has a pretty steady lane phase as well. We don't know what the TK is playing into. If it's something like Cassio or Vlad top, that would be crazy. But now with all these hovers, I'm thinking that this is going to be a mid lane pick for Haram Harem. The Vygar
Mhm.
there would be good for Lumi. Had an absolutely stellar performance on it. And I think Blind picked it last time around too. I can't quite remember the pick order of the draft, but the Vygar, uh, it was stellar. It was like 13-1, unbelievable performance there. Lots of magic damage now with the Lux. What's the B5 pick going to be? Cassante.
Ooh.
Oh no, the big bad Cassante. What a champion
Ooh.
this one is.
There is just so much like disruptive power on. Oh, it could go for a little bit more damage, maybe.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Renekton would have an easier lane phase into TK, a little bit more lockdown. That's what they go for.
Now I do remember playing with Wuju's Tom Kench. No, sorry, against Wuju's Tom Kench in an in-house before, and our top laner is pretty casual. He's like, yeah, it's pretty easy to play around Tom Kench. Wuju just ran over the team with the Tom Kench top.
I
So
believe it.
yeah, yeah. So this could be a repeat. We'll see. Yeah, Tom Kench into Renekton. I'm not super familiar with that matchup, but I do think you're right that it is probably early game favorite for Renekton until TK can build up some armor items. But um, Ari from mid now for
Yeah.
we
The
Windows.
the thing is Renekton does win this lane, but you have to execute. Renekton is a very difficult champion to play cleanly and concisely. You need to manage your Fury bar. You need to be taking precise trades and getting in and out with slice and dice. And you need to know when to use different abilities with your Fury bar. So when to use slice and dice with 50 Fury, when to use Call to Meek with 50 Fury. So if you have a good knowledge of this champion, then it is definitely Renekton favored for the moment until the late game arrives. But if Tom Kench can just stay the course and sort of punish the mistakes of the Renekton, then I think we could see another Wuju domination. The potential is there. I think we'll as the game progresses, we'll have to see where it goes. And yeah, the Ari will round out the composition there for We Windows.
Yeah, we Windows gonna have a double charm comp with the Rakan and the Ari, both with sexy boy and sexy lady in there. So gonna be cool to see people getting pulled out of line. But yeah, so question I have about Renekton is so he's got an armor penetration ability on I think his slice and dice. Is
Yep,
that true?
that's
Is
correct.
that relevant against Tom Kench, or is it an underpowered ability for him, or is that something that he would
It's
need to
it's
exercise?
it's very relevant, and you actually would really want to utilize it. And yes, just got word as well. You can axe the gray health with the stun. So
Oh,
there's good counterplay options here for Renekton into the TK. And yeah, it's very you want to use the armor shred with the slice and dice to do at least when the Tom Kench is stacking that armor. And you also have to think about itemization too. You could go first item Gore Drinker, you could go Black Cleaver first item if you really want to focus on the 1v1 and just the armor shred. And we'll have to see what Ajuka tries to do as we get a little bit of a tongue slash there onto Lumi's face. A little bit
yep,
of early trading, but it doesn't
grossing everybody
look
out.
like anyone's in any kind of danger. Oh, Grand Ninjas from Logos just misses.
Yeah. Nobody wants to start a fight off by getting licked in the face by a giant fat catfish. So Lumi probably incensed by that. We'll see if he takes it out later on the top laner. Yeah, bot lane matchup. I feel like this is kind of a well, I don't know. Rakan can play around ranged missiles like Lux has a little bit, but it's a little bit tricky. I personally think like on paper the Lux Ash maybe has the advantage here.
They
Um,
certainly do.
yeah, yeah.
And
But if
that's
look,
just because of the range.
yeah,
Caitlyn wants to be the one applying the pressure through range and the fact that her opponents can't get to her. But
hmm
Ash and Lux have no problem doing that. So it's a little bit of a struggle there for the Caitlyn. You can still win the lane. Things happen. But yeah, on paper, Ash Lux should just have a decent time here.
nice, nice. Ivor not needing a leash is allowing Supro and Logos to camp up pretty far up in the lane in a bush, but I don't think they're going to take any advantage there. So, just going to be a standard start off. Um, yeah, and I'm trying to think. I feel like every lane's got some angle for a gank potential.
Oh,
Here
certainly.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's value you can get pretty much everywhere. You play for bot lane, you play for bot lane. You always want to get your carry ahead. If Renekton gets ahead of Tom Kench or vice versa, if Sam, who's now playing in the jungle, we could talk about that little role swap there. So that thing here at this time, who was the Lee Sin in the first game that we were streaming, is now playing the Ari, and Sam, who was the Quinn, now playing that Ivern. Yeah, so you could play for pretty much anything here. As we see strong trades in the bot side, the
Ooh.
root will land. Sedaten going down super low. Ignite drops. That's going to force away the flash. But look at Exodus here with the Ghost. This is such a powerful combination. You can't escape from this Ashe. That passive, which slows
Man.
you, plus you combine it with the Ghost. This is why I play this champion solo queue. It's so very OP. It's so oppressive in lane. This might be a double kill here for Exodus. Logros is going nowhere. Exodus, excellent punish on the Ashe. The over aggression from the bot side of the Degenerates. And now we see a top lane gank. So right now, TGD trying to get it back in blood on cross map. Nice use of the slice and dice there from Ajuka to get out of dodge. That was a great play on the bot side.
Yeah, that was huge. That felt there like the longest lane. Just trying to walk all the way back from tower to tower with the Ashe Ghost and the perpetual slows on you. Looked like a really rough trade. Logros started off with a little bit, but then it looked like Sepro was going to turn things around, but just standing and trading with the Caitlyn traps. But Wuju might be doing some damage here on Ajuka. Oh, you got the slice and dice. He's so good at the Mecton. That's really good. But yeah, you see, Ashe Ghost slow. You're not getting away from that lane. Even with the second grand entrance, Logos could not make it out of there in time. So I don't think that's a mistake you're going to repeat again. It's traumatic being run down for like 15 straight seconds and you cannot get away from this marksman. It's just
It's painful.
Yeah, it really is. Because you're not
it's
gonna
like
make it.
Yeah, it's a slow death. You know you're done for, but you're like, oh, I still got to run anyways. Otherwise, I'm an inter. I got to do this. I just got to watch myself die slowly. It sucks.
Yeah. It's a slow moving horror movie. Just like the
Right.
killer is just running after you. You're getting tired. You're getting slowed down. You trip. You're like, oh, and you're like, you just can't run fast enough. You're done. You're done. So, yeah, good recognition. Great recognition by Exodus to just all in and use the entirety of that lane there to his advantage. So, really well done.
And we can see the item advantage there on the bot side. It's a Noon Quiver versus a Doran's Blade there for the 80 carries. And it looks like Supro is staying around in the lane and not resetting just yet, hasn't quite backed. So there is a significant damage advantage here in the 2v2 for the side of Haram Harem's bot side. And so we might be able to see them, especially with no flash on Supro, no summoners spells on either of the TGD bot laners as well. Things could get mixy down there.
Yeah, for a 4-minute Noon Quiver, you cannot fight at all. Even if they miss most of their spells, just there's so much damage from Exodus right now with those slows. So yeah, just should be patience right here from we Windows. Also apologies to the audience. We Windows is actually on the red side, not the degenerates. The graphics have not been updated, but that's okay.
Oh, I have fallen victim to that. My apologies.
Yeah, I
think I said the degenerates. I don't even know who's playing.
Yeah, no.
My
thanks to Mario in the Twitch chat for catching that because I was gonna miss it too. So yeah, first week getting the team names down. Yeah,
you got it.
So,
Thank you,
Mario, your boss. Thank you, buddy.
You get a cookie, a virtual cookie.
Nice. So I think Logos keeps looking. Oh man, so
that's gonna be a kill. Yep, Ignite's gonna take down. Sedaten gets it. That's the power of this combination. Once that root lands, you have no summoner spells. Noon Quiver down for Exodus. There's so much DPS that happens there. Another root lands, and that's going to be combined there with that E ability. Sam is on the way, but I don't think they can 2v2 this. This is a perfect situation right now for the Haram Harem bot lane. If you're Caitlyn and you fall behind, the game starts to become very unplayable for you. Now, this will be the lethality build, so it's a little bit easier to play because you just rely on your spells, not so much your auto attacks. But yeah, it's already a great start here for Haram Harem.
Yeah, and that's just it's a critical. It's I think when Azra Khan when you're playing against Kublai.
See
top.
King Kublai flag and drag. Now Ajuka doesn't get that second slice, gonna drop the stun there, and it's going to be King Kublai who's eaten up there by the Tom Kench ultimate. And on the bot side, we have action going. Nice flash Event Horizon from Lumi. Traps in 2, gets the kill onto Supro's Exodus with that range. Nice root there from Sedaten. The light binding finds its mark. Exodus, the last auto attack will do. Mike out of the tower. No, that thing here with
oh my God.
Spirit Rush. Might actually get 2 here, dropping the Ignite down. Here comes that Event Horizon. Nicely timed, but unfortunately, Sedaten does still drop that thing here. Not quite done just yet. The Baleful Strike does miss. Illumine Luminous and that thing here in the 1v1 for their lives. Dark Matter dodged away from the charm, does land the last little bit of damage. That thing here still waiting on cooldowns. Now Luminous healing up with those health potions. This is a fight for their life. Event Horizon misses, Dark Matter misses, Baleful Strike misses, but the stun does land. Lumi, you gotta wait on cooldowns, my friend. Running you down is that thing here. Both spells land. That's going to be the last one. An elongated 1v1 results in an an elongated triple kill there for that thing here.
Yeah, huge benefit for that thing there roaming it down, and better late than never. But oh shit, Logos is up. Oh, okay. All right, he's good. He's good. Okay.
Yeah, he's good. Things are getting always so tense in the bot side.
Yeah. At this point, I would just stop engaging on Sedatin, because he usually that's a first check where you're like you jump on the Lux, see if she knows to like stun you out of it, and then you don't do it again. That's when you figure it out. Your opponent knows. So Logos still looking for vulnerabilities there. But Sedatin is always going to be there with the punish. But huge play from that thing there. Great triple kill. Just in just a foundational type of thing you want from your mid laner to show up and at least clean up some kills in the bot lane when things go bad or in a turret dive. So Exodus just going mad mode, diving in, securing that kill, but then again giving kills in the back end, and that is a huge play. Ooh, topside action.
Just a short trade, but now we see the final spark from Sedatin does so much damage to Sup, bro. Logros has to run away. It's the same thing. Have to burn the flash, but Ajuka here in a 2 versus 1. So right now, Sam and Awuju are in the 2v1 right now, but Ajuka has full fury. There's the Kuldameek that rips through the Tahm Kench. Now this is just a level 5 Ivern who has to run for their life. The power of the Renekton reigns true. Ajuka, an absolute beast on the rock and on the croc. As that thing here getting aggressive with the Spirit Rush. A Cataclysm goes down the Charmlands, but the root is there. This Haram Harem team is on par on both sides of the map.
Yeah, they don't take anything from anybody. Like, they take a shot, they're going to return fire. Really just always aggressive. You're never going to make this team go passive at all. So they're going to fight it down to the last, and really great timing from Kublai. He is so good about ganking whenever he times his jungle path so well to where he's always in a position to gank when his ultimates are up. Like every Cataclysm that's going to be up, he's going to have a gank at the ready for it. So just what you expect from a jungler as consummate as King Kublai. Sam is going to do a little bit of harassment. I don't know what
Daisy summoned up just for the potential Scuttle Crab steal.
Yeah, Daisy's
this is
there.
important.
Yes. So Daisy wants to be part of the action too. I think she's just going to be duking it out by herself. Oh,
if Logros has anything to say about it. Grand entrance that might have just spelled your doom. Final spark onto 2, but they're going to be able to walk away from this one. Might see a 3v3, or it could be a 4v4 actually down for this Infernal Dragon. No team has actually collected this just yet. The root is going to land on Exodus, but no one is going to follow up on this play. For the moment, it's Haram Harem that are starting up this objective. They have the priority, but the rest of the WWD members waiting in the wings as we see a bot or a top lane 1v1 initiated here. Ajuka pops the Conqueror, but I think there's just going to be some light trading here. They might go for it, but now we have a fight in the bot side. Logo's going in with the quickness, finds the root, or the charm rather, onto 2. The smite is in there for King Kublai, who finds himself the Infernal Dragon, but now it might have stepped a bit too far forward. That thing there with the Ignite finds the first kill of the fight. Exodus flashing forward, going to get stunned up by the root, but you can still auto attack if you're stunned by the trap. Now it's 1v1 in the top side action. All the map here. Exodus, Sedatin finds the final spark onto that thing there. Event Horizon doesn't quite land. Luminous here on the pursuit. Exodus with the auto attacks finds the shutdown onto the Ahri. Now OMG, it's Sam. You gotta get out of here, my friend. Root onto the Vigar, but the flash forward and the root will land. The Lucent Singularity finishes off the kill, and the dragon goes the way of the Haram Harem squad. All across the map, lots of action.
My God, Haram Harem are a pack of wolves. They're relentless in their pursuits. They're pursuing all of these actions to a kill. Sedatin flashes, gets the secure. Just, oh my God, it's poetic. Exodus is just so aggressive on this Ashe, and it shows. He's 8-1-1 right now, 600 gold bounty on his head, and just doing stuff on ADCs that you don't usually see ADCs get away with. He's flashing forward, chasing into the jungle, but he's just got so much confidence in his backup and his team that he's able to make these plays, and he's just recognizing the kill threat as soon as it pops up and just punishing every single overextension there. So just recognizing his strengths. Exodus is just putting on an absolute clinic right now in this Ashe. There are some games you see on Ashe where she just runs away with everything, and she runs you down. You can't run away from her. crystal arrows are landing. Just
So
phenomenal
much
performance.
range. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just you can't get
Yeah.
away from the icy grip.
No, no. And you can't diver too between like the Cataclysm from Jarvan, Event Horizon from Lumi, and Sedatin's like just razor sharp surgical light bindings. You're not going to reach him like unless you get a
No.
flank, but there's no flanking character on we Windows. So
It's a
yeah.
tough situation. It's sort of like a protect the president team composition now for Haram Harem. You got the 8 and 180 carry working towards that. Trinity Force Sheen is now complete inside of the items and pushing down this mid lane tower. They've moved the Vygar down to the bot side. So this is a really important macro choice from the side of Haram Harem. This is exactly what you want to do. Is that okay? We see the root land, but the charm does not. As King Kublai gonna summon up the Rift Herald, but guess what? Light binding into Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and the final spark from Sedatin finishes off that kill. T1 in the mid lane going to drop. And so you have Illuminous stacking up for free up against the Rakan and the Caitlyn here as the powerhouse of the team right now, which is Exodus, King Kublai, and Sedatin with the Rift Herald knocking down turrets. The macro game right now, give it a chef's kiss. Haram Harem is just doing a really good job of abusing their lead.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And I know I need to shut up about Exodus, but I'm just going to sing his praises some more. I wish the way that he plays his Ashe, I wish like every Ashe in my solo queue games would play, because I haven't seen a single crystal arrow that's like outside of mid range. Like he's always using his crystal arrow to set up CC by another team member that's in range to follow up with that. So like every arrow is a guaranteed CC chain. That's a guaranteed kill, guaranteed pick, and then Haram can just run the map after that man advantage. Even if they didn't have gold advantage, like they could still use that to their advantage. So just beautiful arrows to set up just outside of range the right CC chain. So could have a collapse here though maybe. Oh, I don't know.
Ooh, nice flag and drag gets King Kublai. That was a little bit of a weird visual bug there. Just the flag just moving across the map like that seems so silly. Nice double light binding there from Sedatin. So the disengage is good from Haram Harem there. And yeah, sing the praises of Exodus, playing a great game here on the Ashe. Could potentially be caught out inside of this bush. Recalling is King Kublai. Now going to decide to back off. Ajuka going to take down that tier 1 in the top side. This Renekton's been quite good as well. 20 CS lead roughly, and a kill in their favor. Ooh. But now here goes Logro's grand entrance. But look at that Event Horizon. Supbro's down to half HP. You can't step up to the Vygar. Logros is applying so much crowd control, but there's simply no follow-up from the Caitlyn because Illuminous played that so well. Oh. Enchanted Crystal Arrow from downtown. You said it, Josh. That could be so effective. Unfortunately, not enough follow-up to find a kill. And the tenacity there from Logros is good with the Merc Treads. But Lumi escaping that 2 versus 1 scenario perfectly. And it's heartbreaking here. We Windows, not Windows right now. They can't really find a play.
No, it's just, it is heartbreaking because you're just like, we've got the 1v2, and then you discover how much damage Veigar is able to blast your Caitlyn with, and it's just, it stops the fight before it starts. Like even though Logros is applying a ton of pressure, Supro just cannot step forward into that spell range of Lumi. So they're gonna have to find another way in because Lumi's just so threatening. And speaking of Ajuka, as you were saying earlier, it's kind of like it's showing that the harem has like an embarrassment of riches, because like in a normal game we would be talking about how well Ajuka's doing. He's taken Tom Kench's first turret, he's applying a ton of pressure, he's got a nice lead, and Tom Kench is gonna be like, oh no,
don't mind the one shot there. That's just Lumi things on the Vygar. But we actually might see another fight break out here. King Kublai wants action. Final spark onto 2, combined with the Cataclysm. It's beautiful. Dark matter. Oh my goodness, where did we Windows go? As Exodus actually might have stepped a little bit too far forward. The root has been found there by Wuju. Now combine it with the Devour, shut down onto the Ashe. It's a consolation prize here for we Windows, but the Wuju might actually continue this. Really good front line here, but I think Lumi is playing this fight so well. There's the CC to cancel the engage, and Wuju will drop, but not as he takes King Kublai with them. Full strike from Illuminous finishes that one off. The flash forward with the Event Horizon. You have to hit your spells though. A dodge on the Baleful strike there, but the stun does land. But in comes Logos now, who might get involved in this play. But look at the ace in the hole. That's certainly going to be enough damage. Maybe it isn't. The shield is going to heal away from Rakan. The light binding lands combined with the final spark. Oh my goodness, Logos is gonna drop soon too. Lumi, run for your life. What is going on in this game? There's so much action. We might not be done just yet. Light binding lands onto Sam, and the loosened singularity onto Supbros as well. And finally, this play around the dragon. Can you believe after all that, no one took the dragon? We might just see this run back in a few minutes.
Yeah, it's just an insane. Oh my god, this is so crazy. It's like they're trying to play in hard mode from the harem, trying to provoke as many uneven team fights as they possibly can, and just limit testing. Can I 1v2? Can I go into the jungle blind? Can I risk these fights? Just so nuts. Also, like oh my gosh, are we gonna do a challenge of the dragon here?
Well, Wuju certainly looks like they want to do it. Nice double bind from Sedain, but unfortunately, your frontline right now going to have to flash away from the grand entrance. Now, the quickness from Logros will go in and CC up a lot of members, but there's simply no follow-up. You're leaving your Rakan to sacrifice themselves for nothing because the dragon goes the way of Haram Harem. And that will be their second Drake of the game combined with an Infernal. So the second fight for it, not as impactful as the first, is Lumi. What are you doing here behind enemy lines? You're in a little bit of uncharted waters here. You don't quite own the jungle just yet. You're not that far ahead, my friend. Get a little bit of a heat check and throws away the bounty. So something there for WWD, and it will be Uju to pick that one up.
Yeah, Lumi throws him a bone, gets his death cap finally. But I would also suggest that he looks into getting his Zonia's Hourglass maybe next. But still, yeah, good stuff. That's just what Windows was looking for. But again, I do want to go back to Juka. He is doing such a phenomenal job on the Renekton. He's got a 4 CS advantage, 2 0-0, got his Gore Drinker. He's applying a ton of pressure, but it just shows like the game state of the Harem, how they've got an embarrassment of riches across the map. Like in any normal game, we would be talking about Ajuka so much, saying like, oh, he's applying a ton of pressure. He's forcing TK to come back to his lane over and over again. They can't get any team fights going. But the rest of the map is so far ahead that Ajuka's like, it's a nice bonus. It's like he's like a luxury, top lane insurance that they don't even need right now. Which is super nuts. But he's
Grand entrance there onto Sedain. Nice combination with the Yordle stab traps from Supro. They find the pick and they're getting more shutdowns. This could be the start of a comeback here for the squad. Flag and Drag gonna miss onto Logros. The Rift Herald is alive, but yeah, we do have to sing the praises of Ajuka here. Played the top lane pretty nicely. Haven't really gotten involved just yet inside of this game, but soon when the team fights, the 5v5s happen around the Barons and the other dragons, I'm sure Ajuka will get their time to start wreaking havoc inside of these fights. But now that thing here with the Spirit Rush and the Charm, but look at the Dark Matter, the re-engage is insane there from King Kublai. The ultimate there from the Lux does not land, but the Dark Matter, oh my goodness! This combination of Cataclysm and Vigar is just beautiful to watch. 4 people drop what looked like a good initiation there for WWD, results in tragedy. Now we see a 1v1 here on the bot side, but it's the top laners, Wuju and Ajuka. Dominus not popped just yet. Wuju finding the stun, trying to disengage from the Renekton, the slice and dice forward. Combine that with the Dominus, the Devour now comes through, but I don't think Wuju has the time. Gonna put Ajuka underneath the tower. Can he find that last little bit of damage? Yes, he can. And now we see the solo kill come through. Ajuka flexing their muscles in the 1v1.
Huge 40 CS advantage. Going to take another turret for himself. Ajuka winning that 1v1 quite handily, really well, timing his empowered abilities perfectly for that. Going to take a shot in the back for his troubles, but still the damage has been done. Ajuka doing really well in this matchup, up almost 50 CS over his counterpart. So extending that lead for the Harem. Harem is up about 9k gold, almost 10k gold. But oh no, Logros.
Light Binding lands, Exodus for the follow-up. Logros flashes away, but can you get away from the Ashe this time around? You can. The volley does not have the range, and Logros lives to see another day.
That section of the jungle is completely cut off from Windows. That is an illegal spot, restricted. You are not allowed to go there. It's going to be completely dark at the Baron for Windows. Haram can take the Baron at will, it looks like. And just, this is when it gets like super dangerous. Time will help Windows because they are a pretty nicely scaling team, but still, well, no, Lumi's too far ahead. He's well on his way scaling.
Yeah, and it's also a lethality Caitlyn too, which doesn't really have the greatest scaling applications. So it does put them in a little bit of a rough spot, but yeah, they can still come back with time. They have good initiation. You saw it in the mid lane play before Disaster struck with King Kublai and Lumi just pulling off amazing things in that fight. You can really catch the AD carry or even the Vigar off guard with the Spirit Rush from that thing there, finding the Charm, following it up with a Logros initiation, maybe an Abyssal Dive from Wuju. This is still a much more playable game than the last ones we've seen, but it's going to be tough from this way forward.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to require a little bit of creativity because, like you said, Charm plus Spirit Rush will still.
Okay, Abyssal Dive lands onto King Kublai, but the Flag and Drag dodges away from the Grand Entrance there. That's going to
Yeah.
be the initiation stop. But Wuju, you're
Oh,
walking a bit too far forward. You've run into a light binding, and now you're enclosed in the event horizon. Abyssal Dive will get you to safety. The ace in the hole with the charm will land, and in goes Logos. The grand entrance splashed away from. Nice job from Exodus, and now Juka joins the fight. Frontlining for the squad. Sam trying to run away from Exodus, who might be overheating here, running into multiple people, but Ajuka's here to save the day. Wuju with the Devour saves their mid laner. Now spinning out the Ari, who flashes away from the Cataclysm, but the Cataclysm blocks two people in. This could be a pentakill. No, immediately that dream goes away as the kill for Ajuka lands, but it's a 4-for-0 Rift Herald running down the lane. We might actually see them end the game here. This is crazy. Is it this game that we see a dancing Shelly?
yeah, because she's full health. She didn't even have to blow her charge in that first tower attack. So Ajuka going to tank up the turret a little bit. And oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, just gone off the map immediately after you spawn. Now that second Nexus turret drops, will we see ourselves a dancing Shelly final spark? Peel for Shelly, ladies and gentlemen. We want to see it. We will indeed.
There we
Oh my
go.
goodness. Haram Harem. So quickly ending the game after a nice fight win, and they take that round 3 victory.
Beautiful performance by Haram Harem. Shelly, the ever important sixth man of the team. Man, that was just so nuts. This is the anti-snowball patch, everybody, too. So just so you know, it's totally working as intended. Really well done by Haram Harem. There were so many precision plays in that match that I couldn't see all of them. It was crazy. Tons of highlight plays out of there for sure. But my goodness, Haram Harem, good game. Nice try to We Windows. You guys fought valiantly, but man, the Harem looks nasty. They net 3 points for this win for the standings race. So yeah, I don't know if we have a screen for the current standings, but we will have those posted up in the server shortly. But yeah, really well. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. So the Harem, the Haram Harem on the top leaderboard is 6 points. We Windows right after with 3, and the Generates with 1 point each. But each week, brand new chances to score more points for the standings. So still early on, still anybody's game. We're gonna see a lot of new strats come up. So yeah, Ferris, any takeaways from tonight's games for you?
The takeaways that I have are that this league is full of crazy League of Legends players. That's all I have to say. Just absolute psychos who are ready to go for anything. Those games were explosive. They were fun. I enjoyed every second casting it. So I'm happy I was here for it. And I'm excited to see what this league holds in the future.
Awesome. Well, I think I can speak for everybody in saying that you had an awesome cast tonight. Really enjoyed your play-by-play coverage and your game knowledge. It's been fantastic partnering with you. So yes,
Thank you.
you've been a welcome addition to the crew. So yeah, everybody, give a thumbs up for Ferris if you like the cast. I thought it was fantastic. I'm gonna keep singing his praises no matter what. And huge thanks to Me Patel for running the production, giving us these awesome graphics, and presenting the games for all of us to view on every Sunday tirelessly. So huge thanks to our teams, our admin team, and all of our lovely community members. Y'all are the best, and we wish you well. Good luck in your games this week. And yeah, we'll be signing off, and we'll be looking forward next Sunday for week number 2 of our Clash tournament action. So yeah, y'all have a good night, and we will catch you next week. Take care, everybody.